from Modesto and I was born and raised in Modesto. I too went to a small school. I went to a Catholic school. Back in the day, I don't want to say my age, back in the day, there was no school like this that is a small school atmosphere, but public school funded.
Modesto as a whole definitely has some kids that are underserved, and I think I wish we had more Aspire schools in Modesto because I think it would really help out the community.
I stay at Aspire because of the high expectations for students and staff, a shared belief that all students can learn, and our mission to serve the underserved population of students.
We have to learn more how the system works here in USA because it's totally different from our country. So for my husband and I, the most important thing is the education of our kids because that's the only inheritance we're going to give him. Mm-hmm. So this school was perfect, and it's public. We don't have to pay anything.
One thing that I really have seen with Aspire is that they do some of the neighborhoods is there are neighborhoods where a lot of these children don't have the opportunities that some other kids do because of the economics and financial part of it. Aspire really tries to target a lot of those kids that are less have less opportunities in impoverished neighborhoods too.
I think it gives the parents a choice. For me, when my son was young, I was really not sure whether I wanted him to go to a public school because his personality, kind of shy, and I thought he'd get buried with the big class size. And this offered a smaller class size, so for me, it was perfect.
We entered the lottery for UCS and didn't make it. I ended up homeschooling her for 2 years. And then finally, we heard from Mrs. Cook in the office at the tail end of what would be her first grade year. And Mrs. Cook let me know that there was an opening for second grade.
My name is Laura Thompson. I'm the principal at University Charter School. Our school opened in 1999, and this is my 12th year working with Aspire. At Aspire, our mission is college for certain. We believe that every kid can graduate from college and earn a college degree.
It's almost like they work with the whole child, and they look at the child independently. I know that they have curriculum and state standards that they have to adhere to, but in my experience with my children, I really feel like they get to know your child. His teacher, current teacher, Mr. Milbury, is so great with him. He really takes Jaden and what Jaden is, his personality, and really works with him and has learned what works best for Jaden and uses that to help Jaden be more successful.
There are so many things that make the school stand out. It's hard to name them all, but one thing that really says it to me is just the relationship I can develop with my students and their families. You know, I say it's a community of learners, or it takes a village to teach a child, but I really feel that here. The other thing I really like here is looping. I really like being able to have the same kids a couple of years in a row.
Part of University Charter School and Aspire public school standards are that you follow each child within your 22 kids in your classroom 2 years. I think the benefit for these kids, it's really actually 100% foolproof. We help the kids. There's 2 years of you cannot fall through my fingertips. So they can be able to go to college with social skills, academics, and also daily life strategies and problem solving.
Student-led solutions are a great opportunity to have the kids show their higher level thinking. And this is done in math. One of the components of student-led solutions is academic discourse.
My answer is, my strategy is, make sure you explain your thinking. I like your enthusiasm. 20 plus 20 equals 40.
From when we look at our generation to how the kids are learning math in this generation, it is night and day. There's no comparison at all. I think the different methods to teach these kids math, but especially or science or any other topic, they're very hands-on.
My answer is 40 raisins. My strategy is 40 raisins. My strategy was decomposing. My answer is 40. My strategy was value.
The visual arts, the music program, all of that, it's like teaching with the brain in mind. Also, it helps with your math skills because all of the notes are quarter note, half note, things like that. And when you're doing that, you're actually using math to syncopate rhythms. Good. And then we also sing in German, French, Italian, Latin, things like that. And we help them learn how to use different languages and pronounce things different ways so that they can look at things from many different angles.
I love my country. I love my freedom. I love my flag and Independence Day.
A lot of Aspire schools are small schools, and we have those all staff meetings, and we get together, and all staff meetings are once a month, so we can, air out anything that, misconceptions or things like that we're having trouble with. So Aspire does a really good job with their all staff meetings, their grade level team meetings, and those are every week. So you as a teacher instead of a student don't fall through the cracks. We really help each other and we collaborate, and that's what I love about the school.
Every Wednesday at Aspire, students get let out early so that the teachers can collaborate with each other. Teachers plan lessons together. They talk about student data, look at student performance, and talk about ways that we can strategize to help kids succeed.
For me, with grade level teams, I'm able, because I'm not a grade level anymore, is I participate in all of them, so my job a lot is like consultation. I work with our students that are both students that are in special education on an IEP, and I also work with our children that are on a program that's called RTI, so it's Response to Intervention.
We have a really strong RTI team at University Charter School. We identify all students who are below grade level in the entire school, and we strategize around what interventions are appropriate for them.
So it used to be with students, you went in, you tested them, and if they had a discrepancy between their ability and where they're performing, then they qualified for special ed. So what they found is if we put interventions in place and we try them really with fidelity and we say we're doing them all the time and this kid the child still isn't making progress, then we can move them into services. But the real idea of RTI is that safety net's there for that, is if we do these interventions, they never have to get there.
At Aspire, one of the things that is really important to us is differentiation. So at the beginning of the year, we assess all our students and we sit down with all families and make a personalized learning plan for each student that has goals.
Our Inspire guidelines are very, very differentiated in terms of, they are child specific. Each child learns at their own pace. So we have students that do independent center work that they can do on their own. However, we have our guided reading time and our guided math time to help each group kind of flourish and, move up a proficiency level.
Because the parents and the teachers and the staff members are so involved with the students, I think if more schools were like that, then kids wouldn't get into as much trouble. This school in particular, UCS, is a really close community.
A charter school is a family-oriented community, and I think that is what makes a charter school successful, is that there's a lot of parent involvement. And without the parent involvement, I think it'll make it harder for our students to learn and for the teachers to do their job.
The parent involvement here at UCS is 10 times more than any other school that I know of, actually. So yeah, that part is, it's a bubble here. It's a little community of the educators and the parents and everybody working together that I haven't found anywhere else.
They look at my child as a whole person and not just a student with a number and money that's coming in.
It gets me even emotional because it's like you want to help them and do so much for them, and when that moment clicks where they finally get something and that look on their face is it's priceless. And it's what I live for. That's why I get up every morning and I'm excited to come here.
And there was just a feeling. I can't even really explain that feeling, but there was a feeling on that campus that day that I was like, I need to be here. And I think, I'm still not sure what it is. It's some kind of something that happens when you come on this campus. And I've had teacher friends of mine and other people that I know that will say the same thing to me. There's just something about this campus when you come here that it's a homey, I belong. I just felt like I belonged here.
Right. questions, and then some of the answers are in here, and some of the answers you have to figure them out yourself. I split the 56 into a 50 and a 6, and I split the 55 into a 50 and a 5, and then I added 5 plus 6, and that made 11.